All right, let's get it. So what we got here is an impressioning starter kit 101. I try to do as cheap as possible. There's a lot of crazy stuff out there. The files from the right place that all the lock pickers recommend is $275. You know, you're talking $100 for a lamp to light up everything. The magnifier, another $50. The Framron, I think is what it's called, some like grip that holds the key, that's $100. So long story short, you know, that's not the file cleaner. Long story short, it gets super expensive quick, right? So I tried to say, how can I get into impressioning as cheap as possible? And this is kind of what I came up with, so let's get into it. When you're doing the impressioning, you're going to need some type of magnification. I believe this is like, you know, a couple magnification. This is like somewhere around like 8. It's $2. This is a Harbor Freight haul. So if you guys don't know what Harbor Freight is, it's basically like a discounted hardware store here in America. And I'll leave links to everything below so you guys can check it out. But otherwise, you'd probably like have to Amazon something similar to this. But super cost-effective place. So there's a couple magnification. This is like 8, and as you're filing, or I'm sorry, as you're jiggling the key in the core, you're gonna have to look at the markings, right? So somewhat magnifies, and then it really magnifies. So I try to do a handheld thing, and then also while I'm streaming or recording, doing content creation, I can have the lock, you know, here so that the camera can see it, right? Which is kind of cool. So that when I'm doing stuff, everyone can kind of see on camera. Makes the experience for everyone fun. So that was $2. This is $2. Pretty awesome little buy right there for $2. Then here's another one, Magnifying. It has its own little stand. This was like $5. This is for like hobbies. So I thought this was pretty cool. And again, I was thinking of streaming, content creation. For $5, I was like, let me just grab it. It's not much magnification, but I was thinking, let's have something again that I can put the key under that everyone can kind of see it. Let's see what the magnification is on this. It doesn't say, but it's like a couple times magnification. It's not anything that's super magnified. So it's actually pretty good. So interesting. So it has a stand, and it's kind of like you can tighten it, loosen it with these little wing nuts. Let's see. Pretty neat. You can like slide this left and right. What I'm thinking is like a lot of people use this for is like electronics, like soldering. What do they call it? Soldering. Damn, it's on tight. I'm gonna need pliers for that. But anyways, tighten the little wing nut. This stuff can basically sit down, holds itself up, clip a key, and basically if trying to show you guys stuff, it'll be able to be held in place. Right? Don't know if it's enough magnification. For $5, I was like, screw it, let me just get it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to next item. When you're doing the impressioning, some people were saying a headlamp magnifier was the best. So again, this is another Harbor Freight. It's adjustable. It's got a light up to 11.5 magnification, as it says here. And this was $15. You know, when you get cheap stuff that's electronic, it's always a hit or a miss. It's not going to be high quality, but it's a hit or a miss of like whether it even freaking actually works, right? And surprisingly, I'm super pumped. So I already opened it, put some batteries in it, just to be a time saver on the camera. And here's the bad boy. It is cheap, right? We're gonna expect that for 15 bucks. But for 15 bucks, if you gently handle this, this is probably gonna be, and this is, you know, initial thoughts. I have not used it, but initial thoughts are, if we gently handle this, this is gonna be 10 out of 10 for 15 bucks. So you can adjust the moving up and down, right? So when it's on top of your head, you basically can move it up and down, and you can pop this back to unlock it, and then you can increase the head size, reduce the head size, and then when you want your size that you've tightened or loosened to, you pop that back in, and now it's locked and it doesn't move, right? And then again, you can tighten these to make it harder to rotate, or it doesn't rotate at all. And then we go to the light, right? 3 AAAs, low, medium, high. Okay, so it looks like low and then high. It's bright enough. It's LED, should last a little bit. And then you've basically got your different magnifying lenses here. So they do flip out. So I believe this is like 1.5. This is 2 right here. This is the second one's 2. And then you have your 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11.5. And then I'm gonna flip it over to me so you can see it on the head what it looks like. So let me flip this over. Okay, so we're gonna tighten it from the back. We're gonna pull this, tighten it on my head. Okay, then we're gonna press it in. Be gentle when pressing in, don't force it. Again, this is cheap plastic, right? And so, you know, I'm impressioning, and then I have my light here. I want to take a look at the key, so I can just kind of put this down, and then I can, you know, take a look at the markings, and the 11 times looks like kind of the where you want it. So we have the 2 magnification. You can kind of see some stuff. If we add the 1.5, it's so that's 3.5. It's not really magnified enough. It's decent, but I would want more. And then you bring the 8, giving you a total of 11.5, and that's kind of like perfect. So in my eyes, if you're looking for, again, this is initial review, if you're wanting good magnification, I would say you need at the top 11.5, because I'm looking at the key and I could just envision filing and being able to see those markings. It looks like I need up to 11.5. So there's that, and then the light. Let's see how that works. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh my god, that's amazing. And then the light can even be adjusted, which is sick. So you can move the light. See if I can do this on camera. So it's kind of hard to move it. You can even move the light like left and right, which is crazy. What the heck, left and right? I did not know that. Just learned that right now. That's sick for 15 bucks. Here, let me see. What the hell is this thing doing? There we go. All right, let's put it back on. Okay, talking to people, you can raise it up. Back into action, raise it down. And the light can be adjusted, as you can see, up and down. So super functional. The brightness is definitely bright enough. And this is gonna be sick for impressioning. 15 bucks, bro. 10 out of 10. Sick. All right, let's move this back to okay. So we got the impressioning light. Hang this bad boy up. Alright. Back to action. Bam. Focus. Next. Let's go with Master. Master is common, it's cheap, it's at a lot of hardware stores, and number one can be found anywhere. So that's the one I'm going to go with, because if I screw the lock up, it's not super expensive to replace, and you're going to find these, at least in America, on everything. So it's going to be a good real life example once you are proficient at impressioning this. You could do it in real life, right? Okay, next is we'll go into keys. Amazon. The keys are M1. So M1 blank 10 pack. Summit doorway. I'll again leave the link in the description. All these stuff will be in the description. Amazon, 10 bucks. Freaking sick. Pack of 50 was even cheaper. Pack of 50 was $20. So this is your M1 key. Make sure it's all brass and not some other weird material. So these are these on the listing said 100% brass. As you can see, same key. Let's get a focus in. And bam, impressioning is going to be fantastic. So we're going to put those to the side. And next item is going to be, how do we hold the key, right? The impressioning handle is like $100. Well, let's get some vice grips. Harbor Freight Special, 8 bucks. Carbon steel, good enough. The correct way to actually impression, according to the books that I've been studying, is not holding it like this. That is the incorrect way. The correct way is to actually hold it like this.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so we're going to adjust our vice grips to fit that. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to take a while, but well, let me see if it will be too long. I might be able to do it. Okay, perfect. That was quick and easy. So these are Pittsburgh 10-inch curved jaw locking pliers, carbon steel. Okay, so we got the key in there. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Boom. We see our markings, and then we're going to use a file that I got, not at Harbor Freight, but they had tons of needle files. It was like $5 for a pack of needle files, so they're going to be super cheap. And then, you know, you just do your business, and you know, once you have it set up properly, you'll be able to file your key, right? And then when the file gets clogged up with brass shavings, you're going to need something to clean it with. And they actually had a file when I was checking out, a file brush to clean the filings. So I'd probably just get that. It's like $5, again, super cheap. But I just went with a wire steel brush and then there's also brass, but usually they're made out of some type of steel. So I'd be using this steel brush. This was like $3 for this, but next time I'll probably get the actual file brush. With the file, I'll put a listing for the $20 one. There's two different type of files you'll get. It's Swiss rat tail, which kind of looks like this, and then there's the Pippin. The actual name brand that everyone recommends, that's the Swiss rat tail that looks like this, is $20. That's not too bad. The reason why I didn't get it is because if you add up this set from that company that has the different cut sizes, which means like, is it less aggressive, more aggressive, it'd be like $35 for each file. And if I buy it now, it's like $20, and so I'm basically just trying to, if I'm going to put any money into that, I'll just basically save up and then buy it and not spend $20 on one, right? I don't know, I may change that theory and may just say, let me just get that rat tail Swiss one, cut number 4, that looks like this file, and just go with it because it's cost effective and it gets me started. But I really want that Pippin profile. It's $80, and everyone says the Pippin's in like basically 10 times better than the Swiss looking one that looks like this. So I'm kind of broke right now, so I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll put those in the description so you can make that choice for yourself. If you do have the cash, I would recommend just getting those 2 files and just being done with it and not screwing with these $5 ones, because I'm sure they're going to be trash. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the haul. Overall, super cost effective, saved hundreds of dollars doing it kind of the cost effective way. Hope this helped you guys out. Have a good one.